Houston, Texas, today at NRG Stadium, as we are going to find out who will go home as champions of the Kinder's Texas Bowl. There's nothing quite like wrapping up a regular season with a bowl victory. It just leaves a good taste in your mouth going into the offseason. As we'll see a squad from the back, the Minnesota Golden Gophers, taking on a team from the Big 12, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Kickoff team out there ready to tee it up and get this bowl game underway. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Minnesota's offense will get first crack at it today. Guys, it's been a long season. These two squads have had their fair share of battles, but today, David, they have a chance to end the season with a W.
Yeah, and it's a little bit old school, right? With the bowl system, not as much to play for, but you get to put that uniform on again. And it should mean something. You had the bowl prep. You got to have some fun in a different city, Jesse. Now you get to go out and attack this game.
And it's another opportunity just to finish the season, right? To go out with a win. Both of these teams have taken this bowl game seriously. They've prepared. They feel like they're both ready to go. Winning this game is important to build momentum for next year, and also you want to send the seniors out with a win.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
To the air, it's Lindsey. He'll off one deep down the left side. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down. The Golden Gophers will punt this one away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. The Cornhuskers offense will try to get something started with their first possession. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like, they lead by example, then they start to learn their voice and lead the team. But every week, guys that you can count on, they punch the clock, and they're hard workers.
All right, guys, let's take a minute to think about Nebraska. Really good win on the recruiting trail last week. Got a commitment from a four-star linebacker.
He's going to help them out a lot because of his speed. He simply has things you can't coach from the linebacker position. So his ability to track the ball sideline to sideline, but also get downhill, he's going to make this defense a whole lot more difficult to move the football against.
Looking to throw on first down. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And he'll run out of bounds just short of the goal line. Wanted to get it in, but couldn't quite get home. After coming up with back-to-back explosive plays, here they are, first and goal. Slams it ahead. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort.
And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Cornhuskers. They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0.
And what a push up front by this offensive line. Everyone playing in unison, driving out of their stance, working into the second level, hats on hats, creating a lane for that running back.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Out of the gun, the inside give. Got enough for the first down and wants more. Gets it out to the 38-yard line after picking up 10 on that one. It's first and 10 from the 38-yard line. Dropping back, it's Lindsey. Incomplete. And man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception.
And that's why these guys played defense. If that were an offensive player or receiver, that would have easily have been a catch. Come on, man. You've got to catch that and make that a pick.
Now the play fake. Hines is tight end. Across the 50 and knocked out of bounds at the 48. An explosive play gets this offense working. And the Golden Gophers are moving quickly down the field. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42. After the big first down sack, it's second down. Out of the gun to give to the back. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. They'll try to move the chains on this third and long from the 50. He'll set up to throw. Unloads to the wideout. It's incomplete, and this sophomore quarterback usually makes that throw every time. The Golden Gophers send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Probably not quite as good as he hoped as it goes out of bounds at the 20-yard line. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Stacked up after gaining a couple to the 23. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Looking to fire. Lets it fly. Catch inside the 30 and still running. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Husker!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. They'll move the tight end. Here's the handoff. Oh, he's got a chance. He gets it up to midfield, forced out of bounds at the 50. And the Golden Gophers can really attack on this 2nd and short. Leaves it with the back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. The Golden Gophers come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Pocket breaking down. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42. They bring the punter onto the field now. Fields the punt and looking for daylight. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. They'll christen this drive from the 28-yard line. Back to throw, it's Raiola. Caught over the middle, it's Hunter. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks.
Well, the short passing game is a great go-to for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react and play. So this can certainly open things up later.
Here comes the heat. And the quarterback couldn't withstand the heat, and he will go down as we played 1 quarter. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Nebraska is on top. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Pulls it in. It's Johnson. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground. And the Huskers come to the line with a new set of downs.
I like the running back there on the route, the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it.
It's a running room. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple first downs together. Defense. Next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments here.
Off the play fake on first down. Right down the middle. Wide open downfield. He stopped just short of the goal line at the one. An explosive play has him set up.
Well, this offense has shown you it doesn't take a lot of time for them to generate explosive plays through the air. Big completion on the previous play. They take another shot.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Nebraska.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
Minnesota, 0.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. They've fallen into this big hole, and they are pretty desperate for answers right now. Makes the grab. It's Walsh. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Behind the chains now on second and long. Looking downfield, it's Lindsey. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
Grabbed in the middle. It's Glenn. Nice move. Creates some space. Racing down the left side. Touchdown, Golden Gophers! He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6.
He's on the loose. He goes out of bounds at the 38-yard line, and just spectacular work from the return unit on that one. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Looking to throw on first down. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
Found a little running room, and they get him stopped after a pickup of 6 to the 32. The Cornhuskers line up, trying to move the sticks on third and short. Just a short pass to the tight end. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They're going to run it. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Trying play action. Lets it fly deep downfield. Can't hang on in the end zone, and that one is going to drive him crazy when he watches it. It'll be third down. And now this offense will try to figure out a way to move the chains after that second down incompletion. Going for it all. It's broken up and almost intercepted on that shot to the end zone. It'll be fourth down. And they're going to head out to line up for a field goal. Dead center perfect. And now the lead is extended a little further. That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running.
And you want a touchdown, and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers on this trip.
I hear you, Jesse, but not panic time. Have you seen my defense? I mean, I'm not trusting them to get a lot of stops, so it puts a lot of pressure on this offense.
They'll snap it on first down from the 35. Gives it on the option. Oh, he's got some space. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving. You give them a first down.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, you're going to be hard to stop.
They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Catch in the middle. It's Glenn. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down.
This offense is just so dynamic because they've got playmakers at all the skill positions, right? We just saw a big play in the running game. Now we see one in the passing game. There's not one dude that you can key on here if you're on defense to try and slow them down.
Tight end now in motion. The play action fake. Throws to the wideout. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Quarterback on the keeper. Only a couple there, and now staring at 3rd and 8.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense understanding, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Back to pass, it's Lindsey. Firing deep. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete. Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. And he's going to have to get into this football. This is a 53-yard attempt. Oh, that one will leave a mark. No good. Hoping that a field goal could give you a little bolt of energy, but instead you look up and the scoreboard still says you're down by 17. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. They'll go with a direct snap. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabbed over the middle, it's Hunter. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44. The Huskers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on 1st down. He's got an open man. They bring him down.
This defense is being challenged, and this secondary in particular, and I know a DB made the tackle there, but we're only in the 2nd quarter, and already this quarterback has over 200 yards passing.
Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover.
Yeah, nice coverage, and you'd like to snag that interception, but there's always a reason why these thoroughbred athletes play defense. It's usually because of their lack of hands, like you just saw.
Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8.
One of the nice things about RPOs is that it's a slow-developing mesh between the QB and running back, and that allows these receivers time to get vertically downfield and work their routes. You saw it right there on that play.
He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. Now on 2nd and goal. He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Cornhuskers.
And man, the defense really needed to stop there. They needed to create some momentum, get the ball back to the offense before the half. But the offense does their job, and they continue to pile on, continue to create momentum. There's going to have to be some questions answered at half with this squad because it's been a struggle in the first half.
Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. And he's going to try to return this one. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
Well, that's a huge moment here in the game at the end of the first half because the offense is trying to march down the field. They're trying to cut into the opponent's lead, but with that interception and with that return, the defense now, they've put their team in an opportunity to pad their lead with more points here at the end of the first half.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Give to the running back. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Fellas, many thanks. Happy to provide a break in the action to kind of pour over exactly what has transpired so far.
Just about set to get this second half underway. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. To throw, it's Raiola. Oh, he makes the catch. Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
Well, one thing I do know, Reese, this running back has got to do a better job with ball security. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top of that. Well, that's a fortuitous bounce because we know this guy already fumbled earlier in the game, David. He's got to do a better job with 5 points of pressure on that ball.
Or he's going to be sitting on the sidelines. Coaches are not going to continue to trust you if you're going to get...
Loose in the middle. They got him free for a big gainer down to the 43.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play.
He tries to take the top off. Snags it. He gets it in. Touchdown, Husker.
sometimes as a play caller, you just don't have to overthink things. I've got a guy who's faster than your guys, and he's just going to run straight down the field. I'm going to throw it way down the field. He's going to make the catch, and we're going to score a touchdown, and that's pretty much what just happened there.
And they tacked on the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. Got it in the middle. It's Tracy. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Really good coverage by this defense. They were aware of everyone on the field and including the running back. A lot of times those guys get lost in the shuffle, but they saw him. They knew the ball was going to him. They braked on it, did a good job, and got in his face just enough to cause him to lose some focus and drop that football.
And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
Man, the momentum is squarely on their side right now. It was starting to feel like they're running away with this one. They scored a touchdown their last time out. Now on this drive here in the third quarter, the defense makes a massive play against the run, created.
Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and that can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play action attempt.
On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win first and second down. You set up third and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody in the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force fourth down.
That is no good. Hoping to cut into that lead, and they did not. Lead is huge. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And you're seeing on both sides really hard to run the football in this one. You've got to give both of these defenses tons of credit. They are so physical up front. These defensive lines can take the game over, and right now, it's tough sledding on the ground.
Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. Here they come, facing third and long from the 40. Looking to throw, it's Raiola. Under fire. Can't make the play on the interception, and man, they were looking for their first pick of the game. Instead, it'll be fourth down. And the Huskers will call on their punt team. First time today we've seen a punter go to work. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. A really nice job methodically driving down the field the last time they had it, but the missed field goal ruined the drive. Catch in the middle, it's Tracy. Makes the grab, and not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. And the Golden Gophers with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Back to pass. Quickly out to the tight end. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
Well, the tight end shows off his speed. See his ability there to separate from the defender trying to cover him on that drag route.
And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. The Golden Gophers come to the line with a new set of downs. From the gun, they'll try the middle. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
It's been that kind of day for this offense, right? It seems like anything they're dialing up just simply isn't working. But at this point, David, I don't know if it's even worth trying to run the ball.
Probably not. You're getting destroyed right now. Nothing has gone your way, and when you're down...
And that's a live ball. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way.
And I absolutely love the option, but this is part of it, right? The quarterback has to make a lot of reads really quickly and then carry the football and take care of that thing. So I think, the fumble was caused there. We don't know why, but this is part of the option risk you run by running it.
The RPO, it's complete. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. The Cornhuskers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. The short hands, it's Perry. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. We'll see if they have enough time to get another snap before the clock hits 0. They'll give it to Johnson. Nowhere to go on that run, and that brings us to the end of the third quarter. We've reached the break. It's Nebraska holding the lead. And it hasn't been much of a contest as we take a look at the overwhelming game stats through 3. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. The give to the back. Breaks into the open. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
The Huskers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now has taken out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place. And that time, they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
They'll play it safe and send out the field goal unit. Nestled just inside that right upright. And that'll add 3 more to a lead that is already way out of hand.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, fourth quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. And after that last turnover, David, prime example, sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets.
And it just puts you behind the 8 ball. I mean, this offense has to do something, put it together. You got a deficit, Palmer. You need some mojo. Something needs to go your way.
At this point of the game, they've got to score touchdowns every time they have possession.
So now it's second and long. The inside handoff. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Yeah, this offense has to find a way to run the football. And they got to get more creative, or whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them, because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to beat them.
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
And how about this offense, man? It's been a rough day. You're getting beat down. You're trying to find some kind of momentum late in the game to build something off of, and you give up another sack.
He'll field the punt and take it back. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oak. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Well, with the defense trailing, they're trying to dictate to the offense now. Really nice blitz call that time, blowing the run play up for a huge loss. You're probably going to see that again. They're trying to find a way to create a takeaway, create negative plays, and get the ball back.
He's piled up 65 yards rushing in this one and within striking distance of a 1,000-yard season. It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29. Snap it to the back. Look out, he's got room. Knocked down after a 3-yard gain to the 25. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Back to throw, it's Raiola. With the catch, it's Perry. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. They showed great trust in their quarterback right there, and why not? He's had an outstanding game.
An outstanding game, has taken care of the football. Now late in the game, you got the lead. That first down now tells me now it's time to start running the football, run the clock, get out of here with the dub.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. To the air on 2nd down. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Bringing it back. The 40. At the 30. They finally get him down, but a huge return. Not only do they get the ball back, but man, did they set up some field position. Off play action on 1st down. Bought a little time, lets it go. He just missed the target on that one. Gotta put it on his body.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
And that's a frustrating couple plays for this offense. Like, you got the ball in great field position. You are set up to succeed, in 2 straight incompletions. A big 3rd down coming to see if they can maximize this drive.
They go to the wide receiver screen. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening 1st and goal from the 9. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Wants to go up top. Going for 6. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6. They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. It's complete to the right. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Quickly complete. Several defenders there to get him on the ground.
And I know this football game is over, but we got to keep fighting. We got to keep finding something, some kind of rhythm in this offense, something we can hang our hat on that we do really, really well. Listen, the intermediate passing game like this has taken over college football, short to intermediate. So if they can find some of this, it'll help their offense moving forward.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. He has the first and still on his feet. He now has 84 yards on the ground as he gets closer and closer to that magical 1,000-yard mark for the season. And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play. Well, we are winding it down, guys. Only a few more plays left in this season, also wrapping up a really outstanding performance for this offense.
Yeah, and they're sending out the seniors on the right foot. Guys, we've seen a lot of great football. There have been so many tremendous moments and individual efforts, David. This is a year in college football I know I'll never forget.
Won't forget it. Loved working with you guys. Loved being in the booth. Loved covering these football games. And I'll tell you what, a lot of excitement and tons of room in the middle.
And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And they just keep piling on the points. We've seen in big moments in this game, they have been able to step up and deliver, particularly on offense. Very impressive performance.
Nebraska 48, Minnesota 10.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. This has been an old-fashioned fanny paddling, David. I mean, they've just got taken behind the woodshed.
There's nothing to say.
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
The defense puts the exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day, man. Doing everything great. Just, you could tell they were dialed into what was going on. And now just throw another sack in the equation, hitting the quarterback, being disrupted. They've been all over the field.
Well, this one had all the suspense of a bug.